DIGITALFOTO YY135 LED video light RGB. It's catchy. In this video, I'm looking at the DIGITALFOTO YY135 LED video light RGB. This is a portable light that you can use for video or photography. The reason I bought it was for photography because I wanted to be able to splash colored light on my subjects' faces, and so far I'm quite pleased with it. How much did I spend on it, I hear you ask? I purchased this light on the 31st of March of this year and it cost me £55, and it works pretty well. I was able to get images like this. Basically, this is how I spend my Friday evenings when Sean's in work, sitting in the flat on my own, messing around with my camera, trying to get decent self-portraits. I'd rather not take self-portraits, I'd rather take portraits of other people, but I never find the time to actually get somebody here so that I can take pictures of them. Plus, a lot of my friends I find don't necessarily like sitting in front of the camera. Apart from Dale. Dale was very accommodating. Anyway, this is how big the light is. It's battery powered. It has a USB-C port on the side for charging. It has buttons on the side here for turning it on at the top, setting the different functions, and then plus or minus in the different aspects of each function. If I turn that on, you can see the screen at the back gives you some information. This is currently just a pure light. There's no color to this light, but you can affect the color temperature. So this is currently 4,500 Kelvin and it's at 37% brightness. If I press set, that will now allow me to change the color temperature so that I can go down as low as 2,500 Kelvin, which is a much warmer light, or up to the maximum is 8,500 Kelvin, which is a much cooler light. Also on the back here, you can press mode to go through the different modes. This is hue, saturation, and intensity mode. Again, with the plus or minus buttons, you can adjust the hue. So we're going through the greens, yellows, oranges, reds, pinks. If you press set, it lets you adjust these individual parameters. This is 20% brightness. This light does actually get pretty bright. Setting again, saturation, you can go from 100. If I press the minus button now, it takes us down to nothing, which is just pure white light. There is no color in there. Press menu again, we go to RGB mode. This is similar to the last mode, but when you press the plus and minus buttons, it allows you to add the individual reds, greens, or blues to whichever intensity you want to get the color that you want. So if I up the reds here with the plus as far as 255, if I take all of the greens out and all of the blues out, you should just be left with a pure red light. Perfect. This mode doesn't let you affect the intensity of the light, as in the brightness. This only allows you to mess with the colors so that you can get the exact hue that you want. Press mode again. This mode lets you cycle through predetermined color patterns. Let's have a look at those now, shall we? Lightning. Spooky. Lightning 2. Even spookier. Cinema. That's quite subtle. Kind of like a movie's playing maybe on that side of the room. Police. So it makes it look like the police have pulled up. Ambulance. Fire truck. This is fast RGB. Basically just cycles through all of the different colors in a fast mode. I'm wondering when it turns green, will it blank out my face if I use the keyer for the green screen? Could be spooky as well. This is slow RGB. Again, cycles through the RGB functionality, but in a slow manner. SOS, if you find yourself in trouble and all you have to hand is your DIGITALFOTO YY135 RGB, you can signal help. Candlelight. Again, same as cinema, you can see a slight flicker on this side of my face. That was a big flicker. Must have been a gust of wind come in the room and made the candle flicker. And we're back to one with lightning. So all you do to cycle through the modes is press set, and it takes you through those modes. There's 10 in total. I can't imagine what I would particularly use these for unless I was trying to prank somebody to make them think the police were here. It came with its own USB-C type charging cable, which is good because this is the first device that I've ever actually owned which has USB-C, so if it didn't come with it, I'd have been a bit stuck. And it also came with this little handy carrying case, which is actually really nice. There's quite a lot of space inside there so that you can actually store the light itself. It also has little pouches here that you can store additional cables or memory cards or any other little peripherals that you want to take with you but have protected by this case. Slot it in, zip it up, you're good to go. Another handy thing about this light is that it has two tripod mount threads, one on the bottom and one on the side, so that you can mount it in either landscape or portrait mode, just for the sake of seeing what the light does in real time as you move it. It's casting a nice light. It's quite harsh light. I don't have a diffuser with this thing yet. I'd like to get one. Bright, nice to cast different colored lights on whatever you're photographing. So yeah, the DIGITALFOTO YY135 LED video light RGB. So far so good. I would like to incorporate it into my video making a little bit more. For example, at the moment on the left hand side of me, I'm currently using this small LED light mounted on a light stand, which is just lighting up this side of my face. The DIGITALFOTO does tend to give a nicer light because you can adjust the color temperature as I showed you previously, but the reason I'm using this tiny little light here is because I wanted to show this on camera. The better I get at making videos like this, the more my lighting setup evolves, the cameras I'm using, the microphones I'm using, everything's slowly getting better. Thank you for watching. I hope that you got something from this video. You can find my website at www.ollyrosaphoto.com. You can follow me on Instagram at ollyrosaphoto, Twitter at ollyrossa, and I also have a Patreon, which is patreon.com/ollyrossa. I'm not asking you to subscribe to that. The one and only tier that I've got on Patreon is entitled "Your money would be better off in a savings account," which is true, but now that making these videos is starting to take a lot more time, effort, and money with the setup that I've got, I figure if you get something out of those and you would like to support this channel, you can do so at Patreon. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll speak to you next time.